Dear Christians of the internet, how cool is it that we can connect with one another from around the world? With just a camera or a phone, we can preach sermons, proclaim the truth, stand together for justice, even support one another in trial. I saw someone recently say that the greatest thing about Twitter was that it connects complete strangers in prayer. We have at our fingertips the most powerful mechanism for evangelization the world has ever seen, making us able to share the good news in a flash. It is because of this that I am so hopeful for our future. And yet, I find myself on a regular basis disappointed and even ashamed of the many ways that Christians use social media. I see harsh words and name-calling, judgments and condemnations. Some encourage people to pray for the death of the Pope. Others tell enemies to go to hell. This is embarrassing stuff. I have no doubt that much of it comes from a place of righteous anger, of believing that one is standing up for truth and justice against those who would like to see the church destroyed. I do not begin to judge the state of people's souls, and I have no idea what is in their minds when they say these things. But I do know one thing. Truth without charity is not truth. If someone speaks harshly to another, belittles them, calls them a name, or condemns them to hell, it doesn't matter what they have to say. They know nothing of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Christianity is not about memorizing doctrines or defending orthodoxy. It's about being a disciple of the incarnate God, the God who is love, the God who laid down his life in humility, the God who accepted persecution without a fight, the God who told us not to hate our enemies, but to love them. The world is watching. The world sees how we treat each other. I can't tell you how many people send me personal messages, discouraged by what they see online. People struggling in their faith, people considering joining the church, but so turned off by what they see. They see a people no different than the rest of the world, assembled in camps, treating others like scum. We must be different. We must be a light to the world and not just a mirror of it. It doesn't matter how wrong someone is or how poorly they treat you. There is never an excuse for judgment, hatred, or condemnation. Be above the fighting and name-calling. See that it is not enough to be right in what we say, but that it also matters how we say it. I've heard it said that no one has ever been converted to Christianity because they lost an argument. And while I'm not sure if this is actually true, I do know that no one has ever been converted to Christianity because they were hated or belittled by a Christian. The only reason that any of us are converted to Christianity is because we have been loved when we didn't deserve it. If the internet is to be used as a tool for evangelization, spreading the good news to every end of the earth, this is what we must share. As followers of Christ, we love our enemies, not because of who they are or what they stand for, but because of who Christ is and what he stands for. Christians of the internet, I have but a simple request of you. Share the love of Christ in all that you do. You can engage people of different faiths, discuss controversial topics, and even get in arguments. All of this can be fruitful, but only if the love of Christ is at the center of it all. It is our greatest argument, the reason that we live and breathe, and it must never be forgotten. May Christ give you his peace and all that is good. With love, Father Casey.